They didn't ask permission. They didn't bother to clarify. They simply took his chair, forcing a black man out of a VIP seat as though he didn't exist in their glitter-soaked, greed-filled universe. Cameras were already rolling. Security hurried in. The white couple laughed openly, insisting he had to be staff or worse. Some outsider who slipped into luxury where he didn't belong. Each insult rang louder than the last. Every moment of humiliation was broadcast like entertainment. What they never imagined was this. The man they tried to erase was the owner of the company funding the entire gala. And their reckoning starts now. The Grand Meridian Gala shimmered with unchecked arrogance. Designer perfume drifted through the air as the elite drifted between tables. Boasting about investments they barely understood. A live orchestra played two guests who weren't listening at table 3A. VIP section reserved for top executives. Jordan Miles sat calmly, reviewing keynote notes he'd been scheduled to deliver later that night. He wasn't dressed to attract attention. He didn't need to be. Authority followed him naturally, even if no one nearby recognized it yet. Then a voice thick with entitlement sliced through the music. "You're sitting in our seats." Jordan looked up to see Bradley and Whitney Harrington wrapped in generational wealth and even tighter prejudice. Whitney didn't wait for a response. She snapped at a server. This man clearly wandered into the wrong area. Bradley scooped up Jordan's place card, chuckling. "Look, it doesn't even have his name. He probably stole it from another table." The card showed only initials JM. Discretion was company policy. Jordan replied evenly, "This is my assigned seat." Whitney smirked, enjoying what she thought would be a simple public shaming. "No, sweetheart. This table is for owners and executives, not staff." Jordan stayed where he was. That irritated them. Bradley leaned closer, flashing a fake grin. "Be useful. Grab us a couple champagnes." Nearby guests laughed. Jordan's quiet was mistaken for submission. Whitney rolled her eyes theatrically. "Security," she yelled. "This man won't leave." 2 guards arrived instantly, not to assess, not to question, only to comply with wealth. "Sir, you'll need to move," one ordered. Jordan's jaw tightened. "I belong here." Bradley shoved his shoulder. "You belong in the service line." Whitney escalated, yanking Jordan from the chair. Gasps rippled. Phones lifted. Cameras streamed. In seconds, humiliation became spectacle. Jordan steadied himself. Posture firm, anger controlled, like a storm holding its lightning. "You're making a serious mistake," he said quietly. They laughed harder. "Oh, please," Whitney sneered. "The only mistake was letting you in." Security grabbed Jordan's arm. That was the moment everything changed. A commanding voice thundered across the ballroom. "Release him immediately." Heads turned toward the stage where the chairman of Meridian Industries stood, panic flooding his expression. He rushed forward. "What do you think you're doing to Mr. Miles?" he demanded. The guards let go so fast, the crowd flinched. Whitney blinked. "Mr. Miles." Jordan adjusted his jacket as every camera locked onto him. The chairman faced the stunned audience. "Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present our new Chief Executive Officer, Jordan Miles, majority shareholder of Meridian Industries." The room went breathless. Bradley's confidence evaporated. Whitney's grin collapsed into fear. Murmurs exploded. "That's the CEO. They assaulted their own boss. Delete the footage, now." Jordan looked at the couple. No fury, only precision. "You decided I didn't belong," he said calmly. "Not because of a seating mix-up, because of what you believed leadership should look like," Whitney stammered. We didn't know." "That," Jordan replied, "is exactly why this company must change." He addressed the entire table. "Everyone who laughed, filmed, or joined in you chose hierarchy over humanity." Phones slipped from trembling hands. Bradley tried to regain footing. "We didn't mean," Jordan stepped forward. "You put your hands on me. You demanded my removal. You humiliated a CEO you assumed was beneath you. Turning to security, he said, escort them to HR. Termination effective immediately. The ballroom gasped. Whitney panicked. You can't do this, my father's on the board. Jordan didn't blink. I own the board. Bradley collapsed to his knees. Please, we have a family. Then remember this night, Jordan said, when you teach them what respect means. Security led them away as cameras captured their downfall forever. Jordan approached the podium. The orchestra stopped. Silence bowed to authority. When merit is dismissed and assumptions lead, he said, organizations decay. Starting today, Meridian Industries will be rebuilt on dignity without exception. He scanned the same crowd that mocked him minutes earlier, now standing, eyes lowered. If you choose arrogance over empathy, you won't work here. If you stay silent in the face of injustice, you are part of the problem. Guilt hung heavy in the room. Jordan closed with one final strike. And if you judge me by anything other than my leadership, you'll learn just how replaceable you are. Applause erupted, not polite, but earned. Whitney and Bradley vanished into the accountability they created as the orchestra resumed. One truth settled over the room. Never assume you outrank the man who built the table you're sitting at. Like, share, and comment the moment that hit you hardest. What do you think should happen next to that arrogant couple? Subscribe and turn on notifications for more stories where dignity rises and humiliation backfires beautifully.